Okay, welcome back everybody to more Roadwarden. We'll get right onto it because this is a whole lot of reading. Quick legs, love. Her brief yet thunderous laughter makes you flinch. We don't leave any food outside, but our cauldron smells. Every now and then something scary shows up. We lock ourselves in here for days, if we have to. Our windows help us keep an eye on the yard. Better that than leaving the hamlet to goblins. You mentioned that having no wall from the lake side is quite a risk. She nods in agreement and takes another sip. We don't bring children and old folks around, but this part of the peninsula is not so bad, at least in sunlight. Not much food growing or running around, unless you can live on fish and birds. And the folks of creeks are great hunters. They're greatest around. But isn't there a harbor in the city as well? How do you keep the creatures away? Okay, I did read that last time. I'm still dying. I wonder if my next death should just be the end of this series. Let's see. They're used to avoiding hobnabbing. Their guards and sailors make it too dangerous for them. Let me see. What should I go with? Huh. Yeah, maybe I'll go with the top one. They're used to avoiding hobnabbing. The guards and sailors make it too dangerous for them. See, that's what I hope for. With enough time and crossbows, walls can only get safer. I just have to play it smart and take some risks. So far, it's working. Let's see. Any interesting beasts you hunt for? Or should I say that? Huh. Yeah, I'll go with that one. Oh, I hunt for nothing, she smirks. Not since I lost my arm. Oh, right. She has one arm. And the boys outside are not made for it either. They've no drive to fight, you see, and grew up to be wimps. They sometimes club down a hare, but we're all about foraging and bird traps now. The folks in creeks do the real hunting, she adds after a pause. Runners, mouflons, rats, sometimes a buffalo or a saurian. We have no soil for fields, so game meat is all we have left. She stretches out, getting even taller. Do you hunt often? Huh. Making a monster bleed makes me feel alive. It shall say, sometimes I set up traps. I don't risk facing big game. That's hardly a hunt, is it? She leans forward, chuckling. Picking up a dead bird from a loop is not the same as pushing away a warm corpse that was just pinning you down onto the ground. She looks toward the open window, shudders. Not the same, but probably smarter. A friend of mine was a real huntress for a year or so. Okay, looks like I'm going to ask these anyway. What brought you north? You don't look like someone who spends their life cleaning tables. Once you burn enough dead friends and relatives, clean tables start to look pretty tempting. She leans forward and takes another look at her bottle, sealing it with an approving nod. My ma and pa were both big and strong. Or both big and strong. One time, they saw me sitting on this kid, twisting his arm, so they started to teach me. Staff duels, running, lifting barrels and rocks. Thankfully, the army chieftain said I wasn't disciplined enough. She rubs the scars on her forehead. So I did a lot of things. Escorted some merchants, joined a group of adventurers, hunted for bounties, guarded a village temple. The last memory makes her voice gloomy. Not all of these things make me proud of myself. She smells the... This keeps going. She smells the mead in her cup, but doesn't take a sip. I moved here only after I lost my arm, when the folks were fleeing the invasion. I took my Ilan, that has been I took my Ilan, a casket of dragons, and joined a more organized group. Arm or not, I still have a fierce punch. She let out a pleased grunt. I am worth keeping around. Her voice can't hide that she's delighted to carry on with her tale. Now that the years are catching up with me, and even more so with my back, I need to build myself a decent shelter. I crave no adventures, but I'm happy to hear stories from other restless souls. In the meantime, I'll practice this little trick. She points at the cauldron in the middle of the room and starts to make circles with her finger. The ladle mimics the movement, mixing the stew for another minute or two. That's also good for my back. Huh, so she's a witch. Huh. Your name's Foggy, and this is Foggy Lake. Is the tavern named after you, or after the lake? Huh. So you can move things with your thoughts. Okay, let's go for the Foggy Lake one. Ah, the lake has no name. She moves her cup away and leans forward, resting her elbow on the table. Her voice is playful, warm. Yet, but there will be stories about this place, believe me, and about passing by the lake while getting to Foggy's. I may not be a dragon slayer or a holy woman, but one way or another my soul will live on in my name, tied to these walls. She looks at you in silence, then bursts into laughter. You could swear she makes the jars shake. I'm plenty fine being vain. Not everything that's vain is wrong. She observes you in silence, then lets out a chuckle. Very true. Eating tidbits may be dumb, but, in fair shares, keeps our souls stronger. I nod toward that spot where her right arm should be. Any story there? She leans back, moving her shoulders and chest up and down, as if she's having a soundless chuckle. Not one I'm going to share with a newcomer, dear. Stay alive until next autumn. I'll open a cask of cold cider and tell you quite a tale. It has treason, treasure, monsters, and dark spells, but I'm way too sober for it now. She grabs your cup. Her wink turns into an awkward blink. Huh. So, you can move things with your thoughts? She chuckles. Why, can't you? I still have the amulet, right? I didn't actually sacrifice that. Let's see. I know some tricks, but not that one. I tell her about my amulets. She pays great attention to the ways you obtain your talismans and how they affect your spellcasting. In my family, it was nothing like that, she says after a good couple of minutes. My grandparents used to be great mages, but not great enough to survive the plague. Her scarred lips form a grimace, and my ma got no talent for them. After a year of training, she was hardly able to push a feather from a distance of a foot. I always knew I had a strong soul in my blood, but there was no soul there to teach me how to use it. She examines her cup. The ladle stops moving. Now I try to figure it out, all by myself, but without a teacher, I may not have enough summers left to become a master. I can't cheat, teacher, and get all the free stuff I need stuff. What's going to happen next? Will you build a real wall? Why not? Then grow my connections in the villages. But more hard drinks. Build another shed. Or buy more hard drinks. Build another shed. A cabin, even. And hire a private warden for these roads. You know, for my guests. She sips from her cup, looking at you. But it's all in the distant future. We, at Creeks, need to take care of the eastern route. Clear it for the traders. Without trade, all I have is the locals, and they don't even use dragon bones. Dang it. But why do you care, dear? But why do you care, dear? Are you planning to stay around? Huh. I guess I'll see what the future brings. I intend to die, actually. Because I don't have... Feed me, please. I'll see what the future brings. She nods, as we all will. You seem to be into some expensive drinks. The pricey ones are gifts I received, or treasures I found when I was young. I also bought a few. I like to offer something unusual to the wealthier, or more promising guests. She tilts her head cup. I dabbled with some recipes myself. I've plenty of brewing tools, though I can name maybe half of them. Still, from ales to hard drinks, I had some successes. Let's change the topic. Excuse me. I must say, love, I rarely meet folks with that many questions. She gives you a warm look. What hides beneath them? Let's see. Yeah, we all need friends, don't we? She rests her hand on her stomach. We do, but some of us need them more than the others. I'd say it's better for me to have a peek into a Roadwarden's head. A good one could shake things up a fair bit. The bad ones, well, they die quickly. Yeah, that's probably gonna be me any day now. I don't actually have any money. I knew that. But, wait. I still have my amulet. Also, I have no... Numa? Puma? 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 I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce that. Let's see. Am I willing to part with stuff? You show her what you have for sale, but she waves her hand. Nah, love. Come back with something I could sell for at a profit. Or maybe hang on the wall. You collect your belongings. What would she sell? Now you're talking. She grins. Well, I could serve you some of my cooking. Not food rations, mind you. Need what we can save for the winter season. Let's say you give me a dragon, and in return, I'll cook for you 4 times. You just need to ride up when you're hungry, and other than that, you won't take any wood or stone. Are you? Senior shrug. She waves it off and heads toward the trapdoor. After a minute, she shows up with a sack that clangs after every step. I can sell you some scraps. She pulls out a couple of iron clasps, iron nails, and a broken steel blade. A value trash. We found them while foraging. We don't have a furnace in Creeks, but you could sell these bits and pieces to someone else. She observes you for a moment, then shrugs. Let's discuss the price? Ah, let me look at them first. Huh. Were 4 meals that cheap in the other place? And iron scraps. Well, I can't afford anything, so... She gestures for you to go on. I'm looking for Asterion, the previous Roadwarden. She looks at you for a longer moment, without the slightest movement. And why do you think he's here? Is he here? Her face darkens as she scratches her knees. Don't upset me. Huh. I'm saying that he might have been here, wounded or ill, trying to lure you into a game. See, he could have been swallowed by a toad for all I know. I'm just asking for help. While her voice remains calm, her eyes get distrustful. You've scared me a little bit. I don't want any nasty rumors. Sure, some of those who travel through Foggies disappear on the road, but it's a safe place. We don't hold slaves. That's kind of specific. She waves toward the trapdoor. You can check and see. Huh. What can you tell me about him? She rests her only hand across her stomach, which you identify as her version of crossing her arms. A customer and an errand runner. What's there to say? Your additional questions don't get many more answers. She brings up the man's looks and equipment, without adding much to what you already learned from Tulia. He was paying with dragons, rarely bartered. She adds, that's what city folk do, aye? Seeking riches, then locking themselves in a chamber, prisoners of their might. I smile. Well said. Her chuckle makes me think of a wolf's growl. When was the last time you saw Asterion? She glances at a window. Same as the others, in the late days of spring. We were waiting for his return, me and all the villages, then moved on. I have no idea where he went. Huh. All of the villages, you say? He turns to you with the fierceness of a bear. That's what I said. Okay, whatever. Did he do any jobs for you? She presses her tongue against her cheek and lips. Well, I'm not sure. He was bringing me news, or delivering my messages. Sold me some stuff. Sometimes bought a thing or two. His life wasn't really that riveting. Just another mug guzzler, sitting in the corner patching his clothes. Huh, did he sell you anything unusual? She stares at you without blinking. Such as what? Fine, I won't ask about that. Let's see. Something he found in a weird place. Something that hints to where he went. Let's try that one. I'll tell you if I think of anything. I mean, it's either do this specifically or come back to this again. You don't sound especially bothered by his disappearance. You see me as someone eager to make friends with a vagabond? I'll take it as a compliment to my skills as a tavern keep. Folks come and go, their faces disappear, friends die in my arms. She pauses, families fade away. There was a different Roadwarden years ago, and there's another one now. But there's only one Foggy in the north, and one Ilan, that slow son of mine, and one. So maybe, yeah, it has to be an L. That slow son of mine, and one Creeks. I have only so many tears to spare. We'll return to this later. Maybe, once our souls are too restless to stay quiet. Okay, I think I'll ask for work first. I am looking for work. Give me something that'll give me pay and get me something to eat. She grins. I somehow doubt you're here to forage for me, love. I'll do that. I'll do anything. What time is it? It is 5 hours before dusk. Let's see. Forage for me, love. Not that I have any room for another soul. Yeah, of course you wouldn't pay me or let me sleep here. Excuse me. Let me think. She runs her eyes over the shelves and the trophies, but it's the rocks surrounding the fireplace that catch her attention. The folks at Old Pagos are weirdly quiet. They were supposed to drop 2 wagons of rocks at my place. Can you check on them? Just find out if they're fine. You mentioned the payment. Okay, it won't take much work from a rider. You can get there and back in less than a day. Just ride west of here until the road takes you south, to the crossroads, then west again, and you'll find the village. I'll give you, let's say, a dragon bone. You say that's not much, but she waves it off. A road warden should get familiar with all the villages anyway, right? Just do it when you have a chance. I'll have more coins for you once you prove that you can be trusted with the simpler tasks. Okay, so I have to get to Old Pagos. What can you tell me about Old Pagos? It may be one of the oldest villages in the north, but even if not, it's safe. With strong walls and safe roads, their crops are weak, but for generations now they've been cutting stone and building for other tribes in exchange for supplies. Some time ago, they tied themselves to the monks, and now they don't look kindly on those who don't follow the orders of truth. She pauses, twisting her lips to one side, choosing her words carefully. But they're plenty fine folks. True believers, something lost in the city, not ones who deal in slave trading and pillage. Yeah, I bring news from Old Pagos. They're not good. And I got paid, nice. Listening to your tale, she rubs her forehead. Well, not what I was hoping to hear, love, but I'm glad you went there. Better warn the other settlements. Folks should know that before they send their own messengers. It's going to be a rough few seasons for all of us. She pulls out a dragon bone from her pocket and tosses it in your direction. Here, good job. She steps towards the ajar door and looks at the lake. Okay. Yeah, so the thing to buy would be food. Because I am super hungry. Alright, we're gonna buy some fresh meals. Nice. Now I could eat at any time. I could eat right now. Yay. She stretches out her arm and grabs a bowl. Give me a moment. I was supposed to read stuff after buying things, wasn't I? You sit down on the clean table. After a moment, the keeper brings you a bowl of flat gruel, another bowl with fish soup, and a soft boiled egg. Once you're done, Foggy packs leftovers for you as a snack for the rest of the day, and mentions that you've already paid for another 3 meals. I'll probably be okay right now. But we are out of time, so I'll see you all next time. Bye!